Ah,
Assalamualaikum
warahmatullahi
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
wabarakatuh.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce myself and my partners. My name is Ferdi Andri, and my partners are.
My name is Dwinky.
My name is Jefri.
Alright, before we start our presentation today, we would like to say thank you to all of you because you want to come to this presentation today. As you can see on the screen, we take the topic of presentation is Rumah Gadang in Minangkabau Community. Why we take this topic of this presentation today? Because this topic is really relevant to us. Maybe some of you already know about the Rumah Gadang, but you don't know why the Rumah Gadang is very popular in the West Sumatera. So we will explain to you. I hope you enjoy it, and let's get started by Jeffrey.
Alright, the first discussion, Rumah Gadang. Rumah Gadang, known as the Rumah Begonjong, continue to be heard for and preserved until now. The heritage of the traditional house continue to be affiliated to the Rumah Gadang with a modern touch. Ordinary people often refer to this traditional house of Rumah Gadang or in its area of origin. The Minangkabau people call it Rumah Begonjong. This name refers to set of the roof which is different at the end like a gonjong. The set of this traditional house has become trademark of the West Sumatra area.
Alright, as you can see the picture on the screen, the shape of Rumah Gadang is very unique. Alright, before we start the presentation, I have one quote from the Minangkabau quotes that you should to remember this quote. The quote is, "Di mana bumi dipijak, di sinan langit dijunjung." It means where the earth is tapped, under the sky is upheld. Please keep remember these quotes. Alright, today we have 6-point topic of presentation. The first is the history of the Rumah Gadang. The second, the original look of Rumah Gadang. The third, what is the function of Rumah Gadang? The fourth, why is Rumah Gadang called House of Unstill or Rumah Panggung? The fifth, the reason why Rumah Gadang is unique. The sixth, the original look of Rumah Gadang combined with the modern look. We will explain one by one. From the first, the history of the Rumah Gadang by Dwinky.
Okay, the first story. The history of the Rumah Gadang. The origin of the form of the Rumah Gadang, which resembles a buffalo horse, are associated with the folklore about the victory of the Minang people in the of a buffalo fight against the Japanese. The origin of the Rumah Gadang is also often connected with the story of the journey of the Minang and Centaur. It is said that the story is that the shape of the body Rumah Gadang, which resembles the body of sheep, is imitating the shape of the boss of their ancestor of the past.
The second, inference. The original look of Rumah Gadang. This West Sumatra traditional house has beautiful characteristics, namely the shape of the roof that is curved like a buffalo horn, and the body of the house is laughing like the hull of a ship. According to custom, a Rumah Gadang must have a minimum of 5 rooms, and the ideal number is 9. In the front yard of Rumah Gadang, there are usually 2 rangkaian buildings used to store rice.
As you can see the picture in the screen, there are 2 buildings in the front of Rumah Gadang. The name is Rangkiang. The function of Rangkiang used to store rice. Why? Because the most people in the West Sumatra The job is farmers.
The third, function. What is the function of Rumah Gadang? Rumah Gadang serves a place to live. This building also functions of a place for family meeting, a place to hold ceremonies, and is also present of material culture. Rumah Gadang is highly venerated because it is then a sacred place by the community.
The fourth, Rumah Panggung. Why is Rumah Gadang called a house on still or Rumah Panggung? The reason is that in the past in Sumatra there were many wild animals roaming around. Well, construction with a model of a house on still is considered the safe way to avoid attacks by wild animals.
Alright, as we know, in the past time, in this area still have a lot of mountain and animal wild. So this construction is really relevant to use and it's really safe. Number 5. Unique. The reason why Rumah Gadang is unique. This traditional house has a unique architectural form with a pointed rooftop that resembles a buffalo horn and was formerly made of palm fiber which can last for decades. On the walls of the Rumah Gadang, carvings are usually made with the original Minangkabau motif. These motifs are mostly inspired by nature. After that, the carving will be painted with typical Minangkabau colors, a combination of red, black, yellow, and green. Another interesting thing, the original Rumah Gadang did not use nails to glue and connect the two pieces of wood, but used pegs or pasak, so when an earthquake occurs, this house will not collapse. And another thing, the entire pole of Rumah Gadang is not buried in the ground, but rests on the flat rock that is strong and wide for reason of avoiding earthquakes. The number of rooms depends on the number of women living in them. Every married woman gets a room. Meanwhile, the old women and children had their place in the room near the kitchen. Maybe some of you have a question like this. What about the male family? Where they will live? I will answer the question. The answer: the male family will live in the mosque or prayer room near from the Rumah Gadang. Why? Because men are taught to wander. The men in the Minangkabau community, since they kids, they should to learn how to be wander and how to be independent.
Okay, the number 6, modern look. The original look of Rumah Gadang combination with modern look. We can see the difference between the original and the modern. Starting from the rope used has the chain to zig, and the walls the were original made of wood have now comes toward, but still have motif on the wall.
Alright, for the reference, the material we get from the Wikipedia and another website. If you want to know more about the Rumah Gadang, you can check it on the Wikipedia and another website. So, we get the conclusion that the current generation must maintain, preserve our exciting culture and culture. If we can't maintain it, we will lose our culture identity. And then keep remember the quotes di mana bumi dipijak di sinan langit dijunjung. Thank you for your kind attention. Good morning and have a nice day. Assalamualaikum.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.